And we're back with IGN Live at E3. Before we continue with the show, I need to remind you about our two main YouTube channels, IGN and Start. Both have awesome content such as the Daily Fix and Up at Noon. So subscribe away and it'll make me a very, very happy girl. Coming up now, we're going to see one of my favorite Sony mascots, the one, the only, Sackboy. Say hello to LittleBigPlanet Vita.
Thank you very much, Naomi, and welcome back, guys. I have the pleasure of being joined by Tom, from Sony. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you guys for coming on. And we are looking at LittleBigPlanet Vita, which it's kind of a big deal in the PlayStation universe.
It is,
so I guess start off, what do you guys got at E3?
Yeah, so I mean, what's really great about this E3 is that we're showing the full play, create, share experience. You know, the whole game is there. You can see the potential of the tools, and it's been really cool because we're showing some of the new story mode, and we've kind of like wanted to create a full LBP experience with the Vita version. You know, not something that is like a smaller handheld version. It's a full.
This is LittleBigPlanet.
It's LittleBigPlanet. We can't do anything by halves. We have to go, really ambitious, and it's got an awesome story. It's spread across 5 new themes on this traveling planet called Carnivalia, and
say it again.
It's called Carnivalia.
Okay, got it.
And basically, this new planet, enters the orbit of LittleBigPlanet, and it's troubled basically, and Sackboy has to go there to save the day.
All right, awesome. And this the story mode is obviously just one part of LittleBigPlanet.
It is, yeah.
And you were saying that it's the full LittleBigPlanet experience.
Absolutely.
So obviously there's going to be a level creator in there.
Exactly.
And totally shareable across other Vita users, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right,
I mean,
awesome.
Even in the code today, and at E3 we've been showing the potential of Create and the front touch and the rear touch, and it just makes everything feel much more accessible. We're able to kind of manipulate the environment a lot quicker using the front and rear touch. We can use the cameras, so you're able to now take photographs of anything that you see, and you can pull them into your level. If you want to create your own sound effects, you can use the microphone, and it just makes the whole kind of creation process even more tactile and even more fun.
Now, you said you can take any photos that you want.
Well,
I'm assuming you guys will have a similar system to govern those photos.
Absolutely. So, our moderation team will be very busy.
Even more busy than the PS3 version.
Yeah,
of the
pretty
game.
much.
So, how long has LittleBigPlanet been in development? The Vita version.
The Vita version. It's been in development for about 18 months, nearly 2 years.
Not a paltry amount of time.
It's not a paltry amount of time, but we wanted to really showcase the Vita. It's not something. LittleBigPlanet, it's a complicated game. It might look kind of like it looks kind of it's fun and friendly, but it's so powerful that it takes a lot of time to get the game right, and we won't be happy until the game is at a really good quality.
All right, excellent. Well, I think we're seeing the game now, so maybe
sure.
Talk me through a little bit of what we're looking at.
Yeah, sure. So what you can see right now is basically, this is familiar platforming gameplay, but with a twist. As you can see, Richard pulls down on this new material, and in the story mode, we're going to have elements that you can interact with. So we've got front touch and we've got rear touch. So as Richard said to do here, he can push blocks in and he can push blocks out with the rear touch as well.
I'm so excited for this game.
Yeah, and LBP has always been a very tactile and the kind of game that you almost wanted to reach in when it was on PlayStation 3 and touch,
right.
and now you can actually touch those materials and interact in new and fun ways.
I tried with my TV screen, but it didn't work.
It doesn't work,
just put handprints everywhere. It was a mess.
Yeah. So we've got loads of new gameplay. What's really cool is that all the tools and all the power-ups that you've seen in LBP 1 and 2, they all exist, plus all the new tools as well. So it's like a really, really kind of bumper edition of LittleBigPlanet.
Yeah, absolutely. And just the amount of stuff that you can do in this game is amazing, especially when you introduce the touch functionality. I mean, as you said, it's just a whole new layer.
Yeah.
And which I assume you have full access to that in the create functionality.
Absolutely. So the way we showcase the game when out the box is if it'll feature Sackboy and have this awesome story, but we also showcase some of the new tools as well. So you can now create games that almost feel like standalone games. And Richard's going to just jump into a game called Tapling, which is one of our new games which showcase the kinds of things you can now create yourself. So as you can see, as the game loads, it looks quite different. And this has been created with all the same tools that we created the platform and gameplay with.
So a standard user could very well make this.
We've got new tools, as you can see, that now let you do level selects. and it's a new tool called the Memorizer. And what that means is that when you go back into that level, it'll remember where you last left it. So like a bit like a persistence tool.
Oh wow.
Now we use that to create these kind of handheld app-style games, but the community could create RPGs, whatever they want. We've got new functionality to allow you to create these kind of, nice level select menus. As you can see, it looks like a standalone game that you can just buy.
Does. It looks completely different.
Yeah.
And that's always been a strength of LittleBigPlanet, is the amount of variety that you can get. With just this one suite of tools, you can get like just so many different options.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And are we just tapping the screen to move around this environment?
Yeah, so in this one, this is a really, really simple game, and what Richard's doing is as he taps on the screen, the little kind of blob character has to collect these white characters, and there's like 3 per level, and you've got all different obstacles to navigate, but it's a really simple game, so you don't have to use all the different buttons, but if you want to, you can do. We give the community access to all the functionality of the Vita, so if you wanted to create a game that used the twin sticks, you can do. If you want to create a game that uses the rear touch, you can do. It's entirely up to you. And if we just jump into, so we've got an online beta at the moment,
okay.
And we've got community kind of, it's a closed beta, but we have people register for it. We were overwhelmed with the registrants actually. We had, within 2 days, we had to pull the sign-up page because there's too many people. Everyone was
love Sackboy.
Yeah, everyone was really hyped.
Right.
So we're we're able to kind of jump into some of these levels that are being created right now, and this is just in like a week. This level's being created in just a few days, and someone has decided to create this game called Lovesick.
This is
a user-made level. So we've got all these new kind of like text fonts and things, so you can put your own text really quickly using the Vita keyboard. So it starts off quite simple really with Sackboy, but as you'll see in a second, as Richard navigates Sackboy across, it then becomes something completely different. And the person who created this level decided to use the rear touch. So as you can see, using the rear touch, and this dragon has to kind of fly through the environment and collect heart pickups. And it's really cool because, it just shows that there's a lot of people out there with loads of creativity, and we're just really excited to see what they're going to do with the tools when a game releases.
And that heart symbol, is that where his hand is on the rear touchpad?
It is, yeah. So that red heart is basically where his hand is.
So, and similar to going back a little bit, in the earlier demo that we were seeing, that little circle that was indicating was where he was pressing.
Absolutely, yeah. So we have in the story mode, we have like a cursor, but you can even customize the cursor.
Okay.
You can, LBP, you can customize everything.
Yes, of course. And including Sackboy. We can dress Sackboy up.
You can dress Sackboy.
That's one of my favorite parts.
Yeah, I mean, people love dressing Sackboy. It's great because with the 2 sticks, you can now navigate his arms, which you couldn't do on the PlayStation Portable version.
Awesome. All right, excellent. Well, I think we're running out of time, so let's end with telling us when we can go out and buy LittleBigPlanet.
Okay, cool. So we haven't announced a release date yet.
Oh, no.
But I can guarantee you'll be seeing it this year.
All right, excellent. This year, 2012.
2012.
All right, excellent. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's kick it back to Naomi.
Thank you.
Thanks for that look, Ryan. As for my audience, don't touch that dial if you're a Vita fan. We're going to have one more Vita game for you today, a game called Soul Sacrifice. I'll see you then.